And even the end of this movie comes to their defense. People doubted them, but they brought the paranormal to the mainstream. Oh, you.
When I saw that on the screen, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you praising those roto-rooters guys who pretend there's ghosts everywhere? Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Ghostbusters is more of a real movie than this. Dear Julian.
Yes, Pastor Coleman.
You know, we've been on many demon hunting adventures with the Warrens over here. What are their names? Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah, they're like family.
Good old Ed and Lorraine over there. They are like family, man. We've had many decades of demon chasing with this lovely couple over here.
One.
Well, we've had well, according to them.
I see.
They've been. It's like those signs, you know. Been in business since 1953 or whatever. They've been demon hunting since, what, 1960 something?
I think the timeline starts in the 50s from the Nun movie. It might be 1952.
Okay.
So it goes to like the 80s. So yeah, 3 decades, I guess.
Been in business for a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, things are starting to slow down for Ed and Lorraine. Because now it's 1986 we're picking up here in The Conjuring Last Rites, and Ed and Lorraine, you know, they're just not packing the houses like they used to. You know, they used to do these seminars and used to come do these, you know, these lectures, and people just show, tell us about how y'all be hunting demons, like y'all the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
out there.
they were considered trailblazers at one point.
Exactly. But also, Ed's got a bad heart, and their daughter Judy, she just got engaged. So, you know what, it might be time to hang it up, man. But then there's the Smurl family out there. And the Smurl family, they receive a mysterious mirror. And their lives are forever threatened after that by a demonic presence that pretty much wants them dead. The only hope, the Warrens right here. But this is no regular demon. Turns out that they've tackled with this demon before, so they're like, fuck this. You know, that demon whooped our ass the first time. We ain't going back. You're on your own. Plus, we're about to retire. Sorry. Find somebody else. But, you know, this family just cannot turn down doing what they do best. And the Warrens have never turned down a family that needed their help. And they're not going to start now.
No, they got that itch. They need to get that demon.
Exactly. And the studio says, you goddamn right, we're not stopping either. These movies make too much money. And even though we've had our ups and downs, this has been one of the strongest horror franchises out there. I will tell you right now, it's been inconsistent for me.
To say the least.
I mean, some have liked, some I haven't, you know, but I think I'm fair with these. And I'm gonna you want to know how fair I am? I'm gonna tell you right after this trailer right here, where I also, and you also, give your review. I'll give my review. We'll tell you how the movie is, along with more things, right after this.
You scared me. Why'd you do that?
Oh my God! Not so hard. Woo! Ooh, the trailer just scared the shit out of me. What is this movie gonna be like? Nah, people. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna listen. This when I told you I'm fair with with this series right here, this franchise. Let me tell you how fair I am, and also let me be honest with you on something. Straight up, I'm probably not the right person to review this, or any of these films for that matter, because, you know, with very few exceptions, I've disliked this franchise and these films more and more as they've gone along, man. First of all, it's because a lot of these movies are just repetitive. It's the same old thing, same types of scares. You know, you got that demon with the scary smile with the jaundiced eyes and those old gingivitis teeth. These are the most unhygienic ass demons I've ever seen. They're alcoholics. They don't brush their teeth.
Yeah, but now they've changed it. They've given them nosebleeds.
No, that's always been there too. Nose has been bleeding, ass has been bleeding, everything. You know, they're always popping out the shot. You know, I was doing that. Or they're just lazy. Annabelle. Y'all have heard me talk about this. Annabelle has got to be the most lazy ass movie monster to ever grace the screen right here. Always in that rocking chair, not doing a goddamn thing. Sit up there like grandma. And she's in the chair. Don't even rock in the chair sometimes. Just sit up there while everything is popping off around her. And she just collecting a check. And we fell for it for some reason. And made 2 of them.
Just 2 of them?
I think, I don't know. I lose track of all these.
She's been featured in across the series, though.
Oh yeah.
She's in more than 2 movies, for damn sure.
Her in that fucking chair have made cameos. She don't go nowhere without that chair to sit in. So just lazy. Just fucking lazy, man. I mean, I saw this and I was like, wow. You just put a doll on a chair and sat back and made money. Cool. Hey, I don't hate you for that. That's business. If there's a demand for it, I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with, though, is my biggest problem with this in this series, especially the ones that feature the Warrens. I'm very uncomfortable with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I know there's different attitudes and beliefs about the Warrens, but I'm one of those people who firmly believes that the Warrens, they're glorified by this series. But Ed and Lorraine, they were scam artists. They conned people. They manipulated people. They took advantage of people with mental illness. They took advantage of people who were in desperate situations. They took advantage of gullible people.
The same way that those like mind reader people, when they gather people, they're like, "Oh, I'm getting a letter M here," or something. Like people trying to talk to their family members who are dead.
It's the same way people. I just read a story. You can look it up, where a woman was she was friends with a billionaire. Claimed that she didn't want her money, but she was going to see astrologers and psychics. And the psychic told her, hey, it's a good time to invest in Bitcoin. She borrowed us millions of dollars. I got the billionaire to invest billions of dollars into this Bitcoin. The Bitcoin tanked. This woman, the billionaire's out of millions. The woman who was the friend, she worked for Coachella, she had a good living. Now she's driving Uber. So I know it's a side story right there, but what I'm saying is people are easily persuaded by people like the Warrens. They did the same things that psychics do. You're right. They sit up there and they would tell people like, oh yeah, I hear something going on. Your house is haunted. And these gullible ass people would believe it, man. And a lot of things with these Warrens, a lot of these cases, these so-called cases, quote unquote, they've been debunked. Amityville, phony, fake. Amityville has been the Amityville horror. I'm sure y'all have heard about that. That's been debunked. They've been sued by people.
Really?
Yeah. Ed Warren was even accused of sexual abuse for a long time of a girl. I forgot the girl's name.
I mean, does it surprise you when you look at that schlubby
No,
guy?
hell no. Not at all.
That guy's neck looks like he's got someone's hand around it.
Yeah. That looks like he's sexually abusing that shirt he's wearing right now.
His clothes are like, help me.
Yeah. So, listen, they're bad people, if you ask me. But they've been praised by a lot of people out there because they never charged people for their services. These assholes made money off of books and these phony ass lectures that they were doing, and because horror sells. Even from con artists.
Yeah.
And that's why Hollywood made them heroes, because horror movies are so profitable that, even with these people right here, they didn't care if they were bad people. They can make money. And even the end of this movie comes to their defense. People doubted them, but they brought the paranormal to the mainstream. Oh, bullshit!
Yeah.
Fuck you.
When I saw that on the screen, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you praising those roto-rooters guys who pretend there's ghosts everywhere? Like, get out of here!"
Ghostbusters is more of a real movie than this. Hell, Ghostbusters is a documentary compared to the fucking Conjuring. And yeah, Judith Penny was the girl that accused Ed Warren of sexual abuse.
Damn.
No, they didn't introduce all this to the mainstream and all that nonsense. They make money for the studios, and exposing them might hurt profits.
Yeah, I mean, it makes always gangbusters when you have like a spooky looking ghost and you can throw in the trailer based on a true story.
It's For anybody who bought that bullshit based on a true story, first of all, lately, in most of Hollywood's history, hardly anything is true to the original story. That's why they say based.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most loose-ass based on true story series ever, man. You know, it's ridiculous, and I just really hate how these movies have made these people heroes. Not just glorified them, made them heroes. Oh, they were helping people who had ghosts and demons. People are, all right, maybe you believe in them, and or maybe not. I don't, but you don't have to. All these cases were fake. Okay.
I can see what you're saying, because in a way, it's almost like they're rewriting history. You know, they're like, look at this. It's like they were helping people. It's like, or they were taking advantage of a group of people that were mentally ill. Yeah.
Are people that were just extremely gullible and desperate. And they would show up on the scene sometimes when the news would go and talk to a family that claimed they had some spirit or possession or ghost. The Warrens would show up just to ride off of that right there, and fuel into their book sales and whatnot. That museum they have is just worthless junk. That Raggedy Ann doll that's supposed to be Annabelle. It's just shit they collected and made up a story behind it, and people are gullible, man. But anyway, that being said, to show you how hopefully fair I am about this, I can separate the movie and see it as fiction. Mm-hmm. I can see it as the world that this movie has built. And as much as I really despise the Warrens, I can take the sweet sanitized movie version of them, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. I don't know. I'm gonna say that. I can take the sweet sanitized bullshit version of them as separate, and I did watching this, and actually I think that their story, not this ghost bullshit, okay, not this demon nonsense. I think that their story and the human part of this movie, the human stories here, is way better than the supernatural stuff that's in here.
I guess, but that's not why I'm there.
Well, I mean, okay, we see different things, and hey, I'm just taking what I can get from this.
No, I hear you.
But I'm looking at things like the beginning of the movie where their daughter Judy was born, stillborn. She's fighting for her life. I found that pretty moving. I like the story of her making that arc to being grown and about to get engaged. And I'm sure you've seen Judy in some of the other movies and whatnot. And I've always thought that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, I'm sorry, that's her name, Vera Farmiga. I've always thought that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga were very good together, because they've been doing these movies for a long time.
Over 10 years, I think.
And I think that when you do movies with somebody and the actors really like each other, you've never heard anything about them disliking each other, any kind of feuds or beef or gossip or whatever. I think they actually like each other, and I think it shows. I actually see them as a sweet couple, as opposed to these bitches right here. but yeah, so I enjoyed that. I mean, and for me, I am there for that, because I think as with anything, the story doesn't work, and especially with horror, the story doesn't work if I don't care about those people. And so if you're not building good characters and giving them a good background, then I don't really care about anything else that's going on. Maybe if it's supposed to be something that's just goofy fun, or it's supposed to be something that's not too deep, I could excuse it then. But if you are telling a character-driven story, then yeah, I'm there to see that the characters are fully developed. Give me some background about them. Make me feel like I know them, I care for them. And then when they're put in danger, that's going to make me feel even more scared for them, have more intensity for them, because I care about them. But that's just me.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about these characters. I think that the actors do a fine job, but I think that the script doesn't do enough to make their characters have value to me. I never found myself caring about it, because with a movie like this, I'm the character. I'm going through a haunted house, and I get to experience that through my eyes, and there's some other people there, I guess. That's how I see them.
Yeah, no, I mean, it depends on what people are going there for. Some people are just going for the scares. I'm not. So that's just what You know, it's just me. If that's the purpose of the movie, so I like that with that they did that here. You know, and like I said, I'm just being fair because I really don't like those people in real life, but I can actually enjoy what they've done, and plus I just like Patrick Wilson as an actor. Patrick Wilson, and very Farmiga too. I enjoy them, but Patrick Wilson is always solid, man.
They're both a little over the top in this, but they are endearing in some ways.
Over the top in what way?
Just like every time she walks in a room, it's like, ah, I'm having a vision. Like she's so wide-eyed and open-mouthed, it looks a little silly.
Well, they've been doing that in all these movies, you know. Yeah, but I mean, again, it depends on what you're looking for, you know. You know, like I said, I can go for a movie if it's just meant to be just shallow, scary fun. I can do that. But if you're telling me a story with characters, and you're putting a lot of attention on these characters too, and that's the thing about it. I mean, listen, if you want to make that argument that you're just there for the scares, there's a lot of time spent with the characters and not centering on, you know, this is a 2 hour and 17-minute movie.
Yeah.
So there are large gaps where they're just spending time with the characters, especially with Judy's story. You know, Judy has this whole thing where she's getting married, and you know we have to go through meeting her boyfriend and getting to know him and going to the engagement, and you know, and it's a lot. So I don't know if you say you're just there for the scares, then I think that you are going to be sitting around waiting for those scares for a long time. So your ass might as well sit down and get to know these characters, if you ask me.
You know, it's funny, the parts you're talking about is while I was watching, I was like, I would have completely cut out this whole sequence. Like the whole boyfriend character, he gets some scenes where I was like, what is going on here? Watching them play ping pong for like almost 5 minutes, and it's like, I don't need all that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that, and I'm not even saying you're wrong.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you proved that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of made my point because I liked seeing them play ping pong. I knew the reason why. You know, it's background for Tom. You have to build that relationship between him getting to know Patrick Wilson's character. So I didn't mind that. So that's what I'm saying. If you're here just to like, if you here for the, you mean, you're going to be playing ping pong with dad and the boyfriend for a little while and hanging out with Judy or whatever. So, yeah, you know.
And then you got to meet the Brady bunch, right? The Slurm family or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and I liked them, too, in the beginning. I'll get in that in a little bit. You know, I'll get into all that because, listen, let me get the good stuff out the way with this. Because after this, that's all I got to say. You know, that's about... For me, that's about as good as it gets, baby.
I mean, for a movie that's about 2 hours, there's not a ton to say about this.
Well, too bad. I got tons. I got you. What you mean ain't tons to say? I got tons of fun to talk about with this right here.
I hope we go into spoilers.
In fact, you know what? I got so much to say. Let me just go ahead and get this ad out the way right now.
Say, here we go.
Yeah, let me go. Let me leave y'all on a cliffhanger right here. And just get this, because I got a lot to say after this.
No.
Talking about ain't tons to say bullshit. Hey, get comfortable. We're going to be here for a little while. People, let me go ahead and get this out the way so I can jump into what I really came here to say. But let me go ahead and give a word out to DraftKings right now. Because with DraftKings, let me ask you something, man. You into football?
No.
Exactly. See, now that's why I want to tell you about DraftKings, because some people, they're into football because they love the camaraderie with their friends, watching the game, maybe cooking out at the tailgate party. But somebody like you even, who says, I don't like football, you know what? You just need DraftKings to come in and spice it up for you. Because here's the thing. Even if you're new to betting, it's simple and fun with DraftKings. You just pick a team or your favorite player, and you get right down to it. And here's the best part. Here, I ain't even got to the best part yet. Here's the best part.
I love the best part.
Oh, well, you in for a treat right now. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
When you sign up and place a $5 bet, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to play with right away. Plus, enjoy over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV, so you can host the best watch party, because you're going to love football after this.
Yeah,
so
sounds like it.
You might jump on this deal, so you start hosting those watch parties when you're watching the game. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be all season long, baby.
Come in here, my jersey, my flag.
Yeah, man. Yes, you will. Hey, listen. here's what you do. Since since I'm about to get you into this,
Taking notes.
right, take this down right here. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code TOASTED to get started. That's code TOASTED for new customers like yourself there, Julian. And you'll be able to get $300 in bonus bets instantly with just a $5 bet, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Now I got to make this disclaimer right here too. So I gotta talk fast. All right, all right. You ready? It's long, y'all. Look at that. But I have to do this. So let me go ahead and okay, you ready?
Cocked and loaded.
Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and let me get a little sip of this right here. All right, here we go. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 887-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit copg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Fees may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.grafkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. Woo! Woo, boy.
You have a way with words.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, man. That took the wind out of me right there.
Catch your breath.
Oh. I want to thank DraftKings for sponsoring this portion of the show, and I want to thank all of you out there for your support. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh, you think I talked that fast?
No, never seen that before. Your teeth, your lips, fighting those words, kicking their ass out of your mouth.
All right, here we go, man.
Speaking of kicking ass.
So after that, man, once once we get into I've already talked about the drama, the human elements, the characters. I like that. Once we start getting to the hard stuff, this is where things go downhill for me. So I would say this: when stuff starts happening to the, let me see here. When stuff starts happening to the Smurls, the Smurls, and yeah, there they go right over here. When stuff start happening to the Smurls, there you can see. Look at, oh my God, look at all that. The house falling apart and everything. When stuff starts happening to them, I think that's some good stuff because as I said, they get this mirror, and when they try to get rid of it, the demon's like bullshit, and they just come back with a vengeance. And there's horrific images of like one of the daughters coughing up glass with blood everywhere. And I think that there's also some good drama there. Again, one of the daughters confronts the father, about him not doing anything about this because he doesn't know what to do. So there's some good family tension going on right there. The rest of this, though, is just the same old ooga booga bullshit. These demons with these demons popping up with these crazy faces right here, popping out the dark. Sometimes don't even make sense. So
sometimes.
Yeah, okay, maybe I'm missing something here. You tell me. So these demons are hunting this family because of an incident that happened in that house. Now I know that
no.
Is it not?
They explain that. Do you want me to tell you the whole explanation that they say in the movie?
It doesn't spoil anything.
Well, it wasn't in the house. It was on the land.
On the on the land.
Yeah, there was a house built there.
Okay, that again. Okay, I got you. But they're still kind of, they're insinuating that they're confined to this location or this land, right?
Yeah.
So I get it. You built a house on top of the land. The ghosts are gonna mess with the house. So why the hell are these ghosts, when people going shopping, why are these ghosts following them? Why are these demons following them?
I think that early on when someone had an idea with this movie, I think that they wanted to have a motif with like reflections and mirrors. And you can kind of see it throughout the movie because even that scene, the set piece is with a mirror.
Okay.
So I think that just kind of got left by the wayside. But I think that was the concept originally. So they're like, anywhere, I guess, with a mirror.
Okay, anywhere with a mirror, which makes for some cool scenes.
Yeah.
But I don't know how. They have the concept there. The thing with the mirror is pretty cool. But again, for me, maybe I'm, again, just the wrong person because I just think I've seen these same jump scares and these ghosts popping out of the dark over and over again. And as cool as this scene starts out, it kind of ends up being something that I feel like I've seen, again, ad nauseum, over and over again. You know, Toodles! The whole time I thought this demon been under this skirt playing with this girl's ass.
Yeah.
Got that old creepy ass grin, that old sexual assaulter grin right there.
Yeah, well, you think her lips are brown.
Yeah. Cole's been down there playing with her ass cheeks the whole time. Judy got that booty. I was like, this. I mean, I could take this seriously.
Got the demon quoting monkey bone.
Yeah. Yeah, the demon down there just in between her legs. I couldn't take this seriously, man. This old pervert, this pervert smile right here.
Yeah, and the reveal over her face, it's like, all right, it's going to be someone else. Can we get to it?
I'm sorry, the whole thing I'm thinking of, this girl's been down there eating ass. This girl didn't feel that shit.
Maybe that's why they held the camera. We had to watch her finish.
Yeah. It's stupid to me, all right? I could not take it seriously, all right? As far as reveals and jump scares go and whatnot, that's just silly. Damn perverted ass demon crawling up from under some girl's skirt, looking like she been playing with her been playing with her ass.
And it makes no sense why they're there.
No, it does not. Oh no, you said it. Mirrors. You know, it's.
Let me get the front now.
Made me think the demon. You know, when I look at that, it made me think the demon. This is what I thought. The demon probably, because you look at it, I think it made me think the demon crawled out her ass.
I've been in here for years.
Sure is delicious down here. Man, this is it's predictable where that scene goes. Now, again, if you are into that kind of thing, if those kind of scares do scare you, that scene could be effective. It's claustrophobic, it's dark and whatnot. For me, I've seen it a lot. It's kind of predictable where it ends up going. So I don't know, man.
I think that there's some tricks in there that are neat to see, but like that scene's a good example of it just kind of being mediocre in a lot of ways. And to use a word you used earlier, lazy.
Yeah. It's somebody said in the chat, and I think I was saying this too. It's just kind of recycled for me. It's a good setting though. It's a great scene to play with. With the mirrors, being surrounded by mirrors. But again, it's nothing that you haven't seen. It's something else but a fun house.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like going to a haunted house in a forced way.
And speaking of spook houses and fun houses and whatnot, so some of the demons or the ghosts or whatever, they I don't think they're compelling to me.
You don't fucking say.
They're like spook house stereotypes.
It is. If you have gone to a haunted house, you've seen these motherfuckers. Guy in overalls, women wearing white with her eyes like.
Yeah. They're just not just stereotypes from movies. They are spook house. When you go walking through the spook house, and there's, like you said, there's a dude who's wearing overalls coming out with a chainsaw and an axe. Yeah. We have another. Wow, our original. We have another axe murderer dressed in overalls who killed his family. Okay.
With long black hair.
Yeah. Wow, seen that over and over again. There's other usual imagery in there, creepy toys.
Which felt like they were setting up another series.
Yeah.
You think we're going to get a Susie the Baby movie?
No, because she did more than Annabelle did.
Yeah, she was crawling around a lot.
They have a baby doll in there that actually put in some work. She crawled and floated. They ain't gonna make no movie with her when we got a doll that can just sit on her ass.
Did they change Annabelle's face in this movie?
They change it all the time, probably. I don't know. They got the crab walking sped up.
Yeah.
The possessions that kind of rip off The Exorcist. Another possession of a girl. She sits around. She's, "Mommy, please help me." All that kind of stuff. Again, you've seen this over and over again. If it works for you and you like it, then that's for you. That's horror comfort food for you. Sometimes predictability, it works.
Well, let me ask you this, because there's something I want to bring up about it. What did you think of this movie just technically, like as far as like lighting, camera work? Because a lot of it I thought was interesting direction, but other than that, I still found some laziness in the production of this.
Lighting? What goddamn lighting? People, let me tell you about the Smurl family and their situation. a lot of these movies, they do this on purpose. They don't turn the lights on. Lights work. They just don't turn them on. And they do this in these movies on purpose so that, we can do things like that. Make it convenient for the ghosts and the demons to hide in the dark and be all spooky. There's there's one scene where the Mama Smurl, she goes down to the basement to wash some clothes. Mm-hmm. And while she's washing clothes, it's dark as hell, and she starts hearing spooky noises. And it's not until she hears a noise, you're like, oh, I should cut on the light. And I'm like, well, why didn't you do that in the first fucking place?
Yeah, why are you walking around in the dark?
Yeah, they keep this house dark, y'all. There's actually a scene where the Smurl family is eating around, they're eating around a table. And let me see if I can find it. They're eating around a table, and you could actually see.
I wonder, did you notice the same thing I noticed in that scene?
Camera lights?
Yeah,
movie lights?
They had fucking LED studio lights in 2 shots. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they're sitting around eating dinner, and they got these. I wish they could show them here.
I don't think, I was looking in the trailer you showed. I don't think it's in
While
there.
they're eating, the kitchen is just as dark. Oh, that's why they had them. There's a reason for that.
No, I was thinking about it wasn't because of the power outage. The lights they're using are like these lights you have in here. They're studio lights.
I know, but the audience doesn't know that.
Man, that shit was fucking lazy.
But they also use lights like that for construction. So
Maybe.
Because that light fell out from the roof right there, they started using lights around the table since the kitchen light wasn't working. But again, it's an excuse to keep the lights dark in the house, so everything will have these dark, shadowy corners. And it's like, all right, you know what? That's cool, but we see where y'all have lights, unless y'all just trying to save on the bill, which could probably be the case.
That's what it looked like to me. I mean, that just comes across, either it's bad set dressing, bad lighting, or bad direction. It's one of the three, because it's set in the 80s. Using these LED lights looks dumb.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go too far with it, because they do have lights for construction areas that look like that. But I will say, for anybody who knows, they did look an awful lot like these goddamn lights. People, it looked like they had lights like this.
Yeah, yeah, like a
there.
small version of it.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, nah. I know what y'all. To me, what it looked like they took the lights already on set and just said, hey, let's just use these instead of getting some other lights to use.
Yeah, it totally took me out of the movie. Like, both times I did, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that, man. Also, speaking of the Smurl family, let me see if I can show you this right here. Speaking of these Smurls over here. Oh, where is it? Let me see if I can find, because there's some. Oh, there it is. The Smurl family, they need to worry more about the town that they're living in. They live in a Pennsylvania coal mining town. They need to worry more about that town and these demons, because that town looked fucking apocalyptic. Now you see it at nighttime, but in the daytime, it's cold, it's gray, and there's just they live right in front of or right behind them is a coal factory, and there's just smoke bellowing from that coal factory the whole time. If demons don't get them, lung cancer is.
Man, with a better writer, that's a great setting for a horror film.
Well, yeah, I was like, Jesus, man. Y'all probably gonna die from depression before these demons get to you. If I was a demon, I'd be like, I'm going somewhere fucking sunnier.
Every day they look outside, oh, it's gray again.
I'm looking at some of the other things that they're doing too that just made no sense, because it came out of nowhere except for fan service.
Oh yeah, it's so fucking random.
There's a scene here, because Annabelle makes an appearance in this movie. And she makes an appearance in this movie. First you see her in the background, but then she makes an appearance in the movie as a giant Annabelle doll.
Okay, so we're going into the spoilers then.
So well, it's in the movie, and I got a clip right here, and it's like, why? Because Annabelle is popular, and it's good marketing for the movie. And even with that scene right there, they still don't do shit with her. You got a giant ass Annabelle that's for no other reason other than fan service, and it only lasts for a second.
Yeah. One.
Yeah, it only lasts for. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not really. This is goofy to me.
Yeah.
But this is the most I've seen that bitch do in her career. And I was like, good. And it lasts for a second. What does she do? Now, she gets a lot of time. What does she do for the rest of that time?
Lost her pocket. Not a penny was there.
Rocking. And that fucking still ain't doing a goddamn thing. Just rocking.
Rocking and rolling.
She's just in there rocking the whole time. That's the people that... And again, that's the most I've seen her do in any movie. But damn, you mean to tell me you had a huge damn a mech looking Annabelle doll and you did nothing with that? But we spend more time watching her rock in the dark.
And they hardly even showed it. That was the most disappointing thing. It's like, okay, we're doing something, and it's going to have the same explanation all the bullshit does in this movie, but then you don't even show it.
Yeah, people. Like I said, this isn't. This is not for me. This is not the kind of horror that appeals to me. You know, this is mostly the jump scare kind, with the same, as I said, with the same looking, the same creatures that look the same. The glowing eyes, the long stringy hair, the bad dental hygiene. You know, that is something that I see all the time, and maybe at one time it impressed me or scared me or gave me the creeps. Not anymore. Really.
When the franchise first started, they were praised for having a return to form with, practical effects. And I think some of that is there, but that has been lost across these 7 movies or whatever.
Yeah, but there's a reason why this is popular. There's a fan base for it. And the things that I don't find appealing, some people do. And I think that if you're really into this, I think that I know people say I go for the scares. And some other people say, no, like you like me, I gotta have the characters there. I think that as far as the Warrens go, the characters of the Warrens, it'll be a good send-off for them. And even if you are there just for the scares, you've been with these characters for a long time. So I think that will probably mean something to you if you're more invested in this than I am. So I'm recommending it, yes, for people who enjoy this. I think it delivers for you. Now, if you're more like me, then... As I said, it's regurgitated scares I've seen in not just this series, but in everything else.
No,
I enjoyed the characters, and it did pull me into the movie for a little bit. But that by the time we get to the climax of this climax is just a fucking hodgepodge.
Oh yeah,
of everything that we see, jump scares, objects moving everywhere. The holding up the cross and reading the Bible to the evil force. I mean,
the thing that's also interesting about this movie is just that if they're not doing the stuff that you recognize, it's like the set dresser was instructed to fill the rooms with bullshit just in case someone's like, "What's that dumb thing there?" Oh, well, that's Gloopleglorp. He's the Green Mask Man. It's like they're trying to subtly set up bullshit like that.
All these characters, even the characters they created are starting to look the same too. As I said. So I don't know, man.
All the monsters look like the Nun.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, except for that lazy ass bitch Annabelle. And even then, they made her look crazy.
I do want to ask you though one thing about this movie. Do you have any part that stood out to you where I was like, all right, that was fucking awesome? Like, did you like it? Yeah. Because there's one thing for me.
What is it? A spoiler to say?
I'll just say there is a stunt where someone falls down the stairs, and it is incredible looking.
That's a long ass John Wick fall too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought that the stunt guy did an amazing job with that. But other than that,
and then they did something with a dog that I thought was funny.
Oh yeah, I was wondering how you were gonna feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I care about animals, but I laughed at that. I ain't gonna. Maybe not the reaction that they wanted, but. And somebody in the chat said I've only seen 2 and 4 of The Conjuring. I
thought this was 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I haven't seen the first Conjuring. So.
Oh, you haven't?
No, and I hear that's actually pretty excellent.
Yeah, that's a James Wan horror movie.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, no, I heard it's really good. So maybe if I saw that, maybe I like this more. I doubt it. I would say that movie's good. Because I like Annabelle. I didn't like the first Annabelle, but I like Annabelle 2.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing you guys say.
I actually thought Annabelle 2 was very good. And then that they had one Conjuring movie. I think it took place, am I right? It took place in England?
Maybe. I don't know, these studio horror films, like these corporate horror films, they really all blend together.
Well, I think they had one. Am I right, y'all? They had one that was in Britain, and I liked that one. I actually thought that one was pretty good. I think, if I remember correctly, maybe I didn't. I don't know, but I think I remember liking that and thinking that was pretty decent. So yeah, like I said, man, you know, it goes up and down. And I think I would give these movies credit for when I think that they're doing a good job and when they aren't. For this one to be the one that is, again, the big send-off for the Warrens, I think this one kind of falls a little short. I don't think it's as good as a final movie or a finale movie should be. But like I said, man, it's not terrible. Just not for me. So I'm gonna give this a rental.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty much exactly there with you. I'd just give it a low rental. It feels like a two-parter finale for a TV series, you know, where it's like we get to spend extra time with these characters and you get to know exactly what happens to them. But with like the stuff that you said at the beginning where they're like, you know, they were the ones who started this. They were the first, they were pioneers. It's like, all right, like relax with that. I think that these are fun vehicles for some talented production people, but I'm not here for this story or these characters. I'm here to see like interesting shots and cool lighting, and I got some of that a little bit, but low rental at best. Like, you're right. The way that they force in Annabelle in this, it's like, what the fuck is that character doing here?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand when you go down to the museum, the so-called Museum of the Warrens, but when they just throw it in there to turn into a giant doll, I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, for 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly, for just, you know, for a few seconds, and they don't even do anything with the idea. Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, just for fan service, obvious fan service. Yeah.
Now, imagine the movie when she turned giant, she just broke through the house, and it became a different movie. Now, that would have been fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, and then she started going through the city, knocking down towers and everything, and then damn kaiju Annabelle.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Yeah. Now let's get, you know, now you're doing something. Let us write the next Conjuring movie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Be the silliest shit you see, but I'll be doing something different.
Fire-breathing Annabelle.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now you're talking.